There we go. There we go. You're live.
Right. Hey. Hello, everybody. We're here. How's everybody doing this evening? This is our Pink and Paid Boot Camp. And this is a session where we're having the live interviews. And so please share this out. My name is Chiquita Lindsay. I'm the Queen of Real Estate. And we have just finished discussing retiring with real estate. It's still not too late to get your ticket. Go to www.buyblackandpink.com and get your tickets so that you can get the rest of the nights and plus coach, get everybody else that's coming on after us. This is just the beginning. This is just the first session in the first hour. And I'm excited because I have a new mentee and I want to interview her tonight because I know she's excited about being in the mentorship program. Her name is Ivani. And so, Ivani, now I've been in the mentorship program for a while, so I know what to expect. So I'm always in awe when we get new mentees that they actually see how coach trains us and everything that they're able to learn. So can you tell me, what was your first thought? How did you decide that you was going to enter the mentorship?
Well, actually, it was all the information that was given during her lives, and it was really her energy. I'm really big about vibes and getting the energies off of people, and something just told me within my spirit that she was going to get me to where I wanted to be. Not even so much where I wanted to be, where I needed to be.
Right. Exactly where you're supposed to be, in the right position to get your abundance. Absolutely. And so I saw you in the first class. And what did you think about it when setting?
Oh my gosh, I've still been thinking about it. It's been very mind opening. And I think the best thing about it is that she's with us every step of the way. So even though she gave us a lot of information that first class that I was in, I didn't feel like I was alone. Mm-hmm. Afterwards, she messaged me, made sure that I understood anything, made sure I had any questions. So I really felt like I had that one-on-one, even though it was a group setting and stuff. And it made my mind think about my business on more than just level A. I'm now thinking about my business from, okay, when I hit this amount, what am I going to do? There's no more walls that I've built. Now the walls that I've thought existed are being knocked down.
And so what did you think about the money that she put on paper? Were you already thinking about those high dollars, those products that can bring that type of money? Did that kind of blow your mind?
Honestly, no, I was not thinking that prior to class, but I do remember after class, I was thinking, wow, that makes as she was talking, I was like, oh my goodness, that makes sense. That's why I see Tony, I forget his name.
Tony Robbins.
Yeah, that's how he's able to sustain and all these people that I've seen. Before I was in the business I'm currently in, I was in MLMs, and I was always wondering, like, how are these people on stage being able to make all this money without hustling every single month? And I get it now.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
And not only do I get it, I know how to get there.
Absolutely. She basically gives you that plan, that strategy, how to get there, and makes you realize that the sky is the limit when it comes to your products, when it comes to how much you can make. And like you said, she just walks you right through it, right through everything, also, step by step.
The biggest thing that was for me, the thing that touched me the most was I finally figured out how I could be the expert in my industry. Wow. I finally figured out how, because I feel like I'm very educated in what I do, and I'm very passionate, and I feel like if anybody buys a wig, they should buy the wig from me because I'm going to do them right. I actually care. And all this love I have for my product, she's going to show me how to spread that love, to spread that passion, to spread my knowledge. And for me, that was the most touching thing throughout just session one.
Wow. And that was just after one session.
Yes.
Just after one session. And you know, you're really fortunate to be able to build a business around what you love. You already know what you want to do. But this mentorship is also great for women that are not sure if they
Right.
know what they want to do yet. They're doing several things and they don't know which one is the one that's going to make them happy and be able to serve other people and in turn make a lot of money. So you're fortunate to already know. But everybody in this mentorship is really going to create profitable online businesses. The whole
Yes,
gamut. Yeah.
I can definitely concur to that, because I was like, oh my, like, even if I didn't already know what I was passionate about and where, you know, what I wanted to do, already I was thinking, oh, I could do this or I could do that. And the door was open of ideas
Mm-hmm.
of what I could possibly become. It was not just a one-stop shop.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So what would you tell anybody out there that's kind of on the fence, even as far as the certification? Now, I know you're in the big program because you're like,
Mhm.
I'm serious about this. I don't really want to waste time. I want to know everything. I want to be here for a minute. But what would you tell, you know, we still have the certifications open that we're taking people for the certifications. But what would you tell somebody that's out there on the fence thinking about maybe they need a coach or maybe they could do it on their own? What would you
I
tell
would
them?
say, don't let fear define you.
Good.
I really believe in a spiritual connection, and I really believe that things and people are shown to you at specific reasons, and you don't want to ignore that, because throughout my whole entrepreneurship journey, I've been trying to be an entrepreneur since I was 21 years old,
Wow.
and I'd never come across someone like Coach. I'm almost 30. I'm 3 months away from my 30th birthday. I've come across a lot of coaches that's promised me a lot
Oh, wow.
and has not delivered
Mhm.
anything. So I would just honestly say, don't let fear define you. When you feel it in your soul, because I know that the feeling that I got, if you are really serious about taking your life to the next level, then you probably got that feeling too. If you're on this page, if you're listening to this live, then you felt that too. And listen to your heart, listen to your mind. Because I think in this instance, my heart and my mind were both connected. And they both let me know that this right here was the best decision if I want to get to the next level. Then she is the one that's going to take me here. You don't find very many diamonds in life. You
Mhm.
really don't. And I think sometimes diamonds are overstepped because we see other stones that are pretending to shine.
Wow. Yeah.
And yeah, I just feel like take this opportunity, because Coach is seriously a diamond. And to come across someone who treats my business as if it's her business, and she has not steered me wrong, like not yet. I mean, to even message me afterwards and stuff, that meant the world to me, because she already has a successful business, you
Right.
know?
Right.
And at this point, she's already got my coins. She could have just got it and disappeared and been like, I'll schedule you next week or whoop de whoop. That was not the case.
Right.
So it's very hard to find a diamond. So when you find one, you sign up.
Right. And you know, I totally agree with you because if it wasn't for Coach, I wouldn't be here. I may have been still at that job if it wasn't for Coach actually helping to free me. She showed me the confidence and the courage, and she showed me the money. And she showed me the money. And you're right. I had another coach that I never got to talk to. So there's a lot of coaches out there that don't do what they say they'll do, or they cannot free you.
Hmm.
That person has to relate with you. And we say all the time, Coach will fight you for your destiny. You, she will fight you for your destiny. And there's not too many people out there. And I think she's the best coach on the planet. She's a super genius, a super woman. And I, I'll tell anybody that. But I'm glad that you decided to step in with our community, because we have a great community. Coach is a visionary. She sees your business. She sees your money before you do. She sees your millions before you do. And you have to make a decision, because people start businesses all the time without wise counsel. And a lot of businesses have failed. I thought I was pretty smart. I didn't need a coach in the beginning. And I found out everybody needs a coach. You need a coach in every part of your life, spiritual, relationships, purpose. You need a coach in everything that you do. And I'm so proud that Coach is she knows about everything. Well, every part of your business, everything. Yeah.
One of the things that you can really look at, in my opinion, is one of the first things we all do when we start a business is we go on Facebook and we go to the business groups. We always know that people are having the same issues we are. And they've been in business for a year, before we started. And, you have people begging for follow, or for engagement, or for a sale and stuff. So having someone coach you to show you exactly the roadmap that works for you is just incredible. And that's value all in its own, because even in these business groups, we all can agree that we see struggling businesses. We see people in the business groups not even knowing who their target audience is, and they're trying to sell to other businesses other than collaborating and collaborating in a useful way. Because most of the time, even when you tell another business, hey, let's collaborate, they think you buy my product, I buy your product. That's not going to make us even more money.
Right.
So to have someone there to have a roadmap for you, it's incredible. And just being in the business groups, seeing how many lost people there are, will let you know that it's very beneficial to have a coach.
Right. And it's beneficial to have somebody that's already been down that road. They've already been down that road, and they know how to avoid the potholes. The shortest route to your money and your business and helping other people saves a lot of time. Because I know I don't have a lot of time. You're like a baby boomer, see, so you got a lot of time ahead of you. But
I don't feel like it.
As you get older, you need to get there quickly. You wasted a lot of years. Like Jennifer was 33 years on the job. I was almost 38 on the job. So we ready to get to it.
She's not even that old. You're not older than 33, are you, or 38?
No, I'm 29. No. I'm turning 30.
Okay.
I knew she was in her 20s. I thought maybe she was 22, because she said she started her business when she's 21. I said, well, maybe she's 22.
But that is so good.
Started so many businesses, and every business, like, I would hear a little bit more, and just a little bit more. But I never, even with the knowledge of somebody trying to tell me the end results, I never had someone walking me to that door. And having someone walk you to that door is just, it makes all the difference. Because someone can say, yeah, you should start a webinar. And you're like, oh, okay, great. And then you go, you sign up for the webinar, you pay for the yearly stuff, you get all the perks, the upgrades that you see on theirs. And then you're like, well, nobody signed up.
It's missing a piece. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. That's putting the cart before the horse. And I know you already learned in mentorship what you need to do in order to make that webinar successful when you set it up, and then all the tripwires and all of that. Because you know what? You don't know what you don't know. And we are so super excited. I had the pleasure of talking to Ivani on Sunday, but Coach had already sold her on the program. I just, was like, okay, let me shoot you the link. I didn't even have to do a whole lot of work. So she did an amazing job. And we are so looking forward to you being in the mentorship, because you know how Coach pours into us. It is just over the top. Hey, Coach.
Hey, Coach.
Y'all can keep going. I'm getting my freezer delivered.
Okay, your freezer, you finally got one. So, not only, this is what you're going to find, Ivani, in this mentorship. And I told you this on Sunday. Not only are you going to find Coach giving you all the strategy you need. It's not going to be like, oh, let me get some from her and some from somebody else. You're going to get everything you need here.
Everything.
And not only that, she's a master business coach and life coach. So she's going to always interject that in. And not everybody can do that. She saved me. She saved me. It was, and I put it in my book. Someone shared out the broadcast and that changed my life. So we want to be sure you guys over here on Facebook, be sure you share out the broadcast, because it was for me, it was a difference between where I am now and still being where I was. And I didn't like where I was, but I didn't know how to get out. I didn't know. I didn't know. And so this is some amazing information. And I like what you told people. You said, don't let fear define you.
Right.
That was good, because as women, we get fearful and we will talk ourselves out of our destiny.
Well, as women, we tend to take care of everybody else. So from what I've experienced, I tell women on my Facebook page all the time, we have so much love within us that we will touch another household and never even know the impact that we've given to another household. Like we're very powerful beings. Like telling a woman at a grocery store, boo, you look good. I mean, you just sparked something up in her that she didn't even know existed no more. You just never know. But it tends to happen that at the end of the day, we're drained.
Mm-hmm.
We're drained because, we've helped out everyone else around us. And then we're looking at the things that are important to us. And we don't put that same amount of energy or love back into us. And then we're without. And something's missing. So if you have a business idea, if you want to, whatever you want to do, you have to remember that you have to pour that amount of love back into you, because that's so important. For self-love is just so important. And starting a business or starting a passion, that all pours into the whole self-love. Mm-hmm. And that gives us a reason to want to wake up in the morning, because we don't talk about the mental issues that us women go through, like depression. Depression is so real. Mm-hmm. And $0 hitting depression, and then also having $0 in the bank because you're working countlessly hours, taking care of a 9-to-5 job, then coming home with you to your kids, who they always want for something. I don't care how much you give, your kids always want for something to then you still got to clean up the house because you don't want to live in filth, and then you still got to put your makeup on and stuff to leave the house, because as a woman, we ain't okay to just walk out our house looking any kind of way. Don't forget to pour love back into yourself. And a part of self-care is starting the things that you want to do. So don't let fear define you. If you want to start a nail business, start that. If you want to start, one of the craziest business ideas I've ever heard was, I don't know if you heard this, but it was in New York. A woman started a hugging business. Yes, she started a hugging business where she would charge people to have that skin to skin, pretty much. So she would spend like 15 minutes hugging you. And I was like, if that got successful, anything can. But it was so much, there's so much behind that. Like, you ever just hug somebody before, and that person, you just feel that energy being passed through you? And that positive energy makes you feel better, because loneliness, people will pay not to be lonely.
I feel like deja vu.
People will pay to just have another person there.
Mm-hmm.
And when I thought that was just the craziest craziest business.
Yeah, that sounds like
Go
she
ahead.
know my coach. Sounds like coach can build your business on tying shoes.
On anything.
On get paid to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like my coach.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I say hugging makes you live longer. I always say that when you get a hug.
That's good. And unfortunately, we can't do a lot of hugging now because of
No,
COVID, but
yeah.
we can do some air hugs, do
Mhm.
all those things. People can feel your energy. And so they're gonna know. They're gonna know if it's for real or not, whether we can touch, if we have to stay 6 feet apart, people can still feel that energy. So that was absolutely amazing. Great information, Chiquita. Let me see, was this a question we have here? From a brief touch. Yeah, Therese said, you feel so much just from words, but even more from a brief touch. And that's going to be impactful with COVID, because some people, their language is touching. So, I mean, it is what it is. So what I'm going to do right now, Ivani and Chiquita, I'm going to bring Rose in, who's part of our red carpet team. And we're going to have them, we're going to stay live out on Facebook, and we're going to have them hype up the next speaker, who is none other than Danielle Winningham, Coach D. Do you have a 7-figure vision for your life? So if you need to run to the bathroom real quick, if you need to get something to drink, if you need to call your
a couple of things.
Okay.
Number one, you guys weren't on Periscope, so I went back.
Okay.
So I went back and set up the restream. So I'll kill this broadcast and welcome them to the pink carpet and let Rose and them do what they're gonna do. And then I'll go back to the new broadcast. But for you guys that are in the Zoom room, you can stay in the Zoom room. You'll be able to see all of that from where you are right now. So this is a great time if you need to take a break. Grab you a snack, whatever you need to do, you can go and do that now. One thing I wanted to put out, is it Ebony or Ivani?
Ebony.
Okay. That's what I was calling you, but I heard people saying Ivani, so I thought I was wrong.
I don't even correct no more.
Oh, okay. That's what I say too. It all spell the same on your check. One thing I heard her say, and she's absolutely right. You can make money doing anything, but you got to have wise counsel.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't say that because I'm a coach. I say that because I was that person that was catering, making gift baskets. It was this incessant, always on the hunt for that next big idea. And until I realized that I had to sit still and start to cultivate what was in my hand, and that what was in my hand was enough to make me millions. And I started to appreciate what God had already given me and how I could leverage that. And Evan is absolutely right. It doesn't matter if it's hug. I remember the women in China, they sell bottled air. There's a girl in Canada that takes dirty 2-liter Coke bottles, goes out to the river, fills them with fresh water, and sells them by the hundreds of dollars. So somebody somewhere will buy what you have. Do you have the faith to sell it? That's number one. And that's what comes in, not just in a workshop, but when you sit down a year and sit at somebody else's feet. And number one, watch them do it. Because it's something that clicks when you see somebody else doing what you just think about doing. See, it's not enough to put it on paper. You have to put some action to it. So there's this, if she can do it, I can do it too, type phenomenon that starts to happen. Second of all, a year is about the time, 3 to 6 months is about the time it takes to erase all that foolishness you learned out in the world, because y'all have picked up some major, like Ebony said, somebody say, come do this webinar. So you go do everything they said, and all of a sudden you launching a webinar, but you ain't making no money. Come sell this tea. Come offer these bicycle lessons. Come do this, come do that. So you're running through the world, doing everything, and seemingly like, man, I'm doing everything they tell me to do. Why is this not working? It's not working because it ain't for you. Mm-hmm. You've not sat still long enough to understand what's in your hand. You've not invested in getting some help. It's something in your mind that breaks. When you start investing that next level money in what you want to do, guess what you're going to expect? You're going to expect people to pay you just like you pay. And until you do, there's going to be this chasm of, I'm not worth it. I'm not worth, who's going to pay me that? Girl, the same way you paid somebody, somebody is going to come along and pay you. And until you get that in your head by taking an action, you're going to stay in that, who's going to pay me? And as long as you don't believe somebody's going to pay you, they're not. As long as you don't believe somebody will pay you 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, $60,000 to sit down and have a conversation with you. Oh, because people will. Oh, let me fly you here to my house and make this wig for me, or make me a set of wigs and fit them and stay in the hotel for a week and come back and try them all on. And oh yeah, and it don't matter what you charge. See, if you don't have that $60,000 price tag ready, when it comes down to the Kim Kardashians calling you and asking you to do something for them, you're not gonna, your pricing won't be ready, and you're gonna cheat yourself because you're not living in expectation of that next level. So guys, it's a lot. It's a lot. If you haven't already gotten your ticket to the boot camp, make sure you go to www.buyblackandpink.com and get in on the conversation, because it's not just about social media and digital marketing. It's about your expectations. Social media, digital marketing, that's just a tool to get you where you want to go. But if you don't have your global positioning, if you don't have a destination in mind, you'll end up anywhere fooling with social media and digital marketing, baby. I tell you, you'll end up anywhere, because it's a lot of experts, and I call it the golden goose syndrome. They're going to say, do this, do that, but nobody's giving you the entire piece of the puzzle. You got to go here and learn how to write a book. Go here and learn how to do a webinar. Go here to learn how to do a membership. Go here and learn how to do a mentorship. Go here and learn how to do a mastermind. Go over here and learn how to do a retreat. Go over here and learn how to do an international retreat. Go over here and learn how to do a conference. I teach my clients all of that. If it got to do with making money, I'm going to teach you how to do it. From words they go, from A to Z. And if you don't have that level of instruction, you're going to struggle to get it done. And all you got to do is ask yourself, how much am I willing to struggle? So I want to go ahead and bring on the red carpet team. Guys, make sure you join us in about 15 minutes. I'm going to be live with the vision, your 7-figure vision, helping you set the expectation. Bruh, you can't tell me I can't make multiple millions of dollars out here, because this internet is just a wide open game. If I had a store in a small town, or even like in Houston, and you told me, girl, you know you can make millions of dollars, I might say, maybe with 3 or 4 stores. Maybe if I run a whole bunch of commercials. Maybe if I get some celebrity endorsements. But with social media, you don't even need all that. You just need a freaking strategy. People came out of the blue. It's people that's on TikTok that nobody knew who they were a year ago. And now they celebrities. It started with YouTube. Nobody knew who them peoples was. And now you got people like Super Sense selling out makeup lines $1 million in 60 and 90 minutes. You don't even have the brick and mortar capacity to sell $1 million worth of makeup. You ain't got enough cash registers, cashiers, physical product, warehouse space, plastic bags to sell $1 million worth of stuff. But you can do it online. You can do that online. So you guys have to realize that this online is an opportunity for you to really live the life of your dreams if you choose. But you got to make the choice. So we're going to switch out so I can take these ladies out on the pink carpet. Guys, make sure as you're hearing things you like, make sure you post on social media using hashtag pink and paid, inviting people to come into the conversation. 5 days of social media and digital marketing mastery.